Congratulations for making 50% returns within a span of 2 months for those who saw my video on 18th of November and invested in GBTC. For those who did not, don't worry, no worries. There's another similar strategy that I'm working on, which I'll be posting shortly, most likely by tomorrow. So stay tuned in this channel, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay posted of any post that I make as soon as possible. Before I proceed, I am neither a financial nor a legal advisor, so nothing contained on my channel or on this video is financial or legal advice. Your circumstances are your own personal. Please take wise decisions based on your circumstances. Well, for those who are not aware of the topic that I started off with, on 18th of November last year to 23, that is almost less than 2 months back, I had posted this video which is appearing in top of your screen right now, in which I had discussed the possibility of a Bitcoin ETF coming up shortly. I'd given the rationale for that, and I had also given historical context in terms of what was the market behavior when similar products were launched for Bitcoin in past. If you have not seen this video, I highly recommend you watch that. In that video, I had discussed that at that point of time there was a reasonable amount of discount on GBTC compared to Bitcoin, and hence I was an investor in GBTC. In fact, in that video I discussed that I've been an investor in GBTC since it had a discount of more than 40%. So I have made good amount of money on that. I got comments and feedback from some of you that what is my strategy on that investment going forward. Well, and also I got a comment that I should be updating a little more frequently. I'll try to do that. Well, yesterday I sold part of my GBTC because, as I discussed in the video earlier, generally speaking, such events have been buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. Also, GBTC, also Bitcoin was hitting its 0.68 Fibonacci level, and hence it was expected to fall a little bit, and hence I have sold. Even otherwise, there are two principal reasons why I have sold GBTC and taken out some profit and locked the balance part in Bitcoin. There are two key reasons for that. First, I personally believe in holding an asset in pure form instead of buying a proxy to that. What I mean thereof is that instead of placing my money on a fund which will be holding Bitcoin, I would rather hold the Bitcoin myself and save on the fees that these ETFs charged. There's no reason for me to keep paying those fees. That's the first reason. And the second reason that I have for holding Bitcoin in pure form is that cryptocurrency in itself have the philosophy of giving you financial freedom and independence from the traditional financial companies, and hence it doesn't make much sense for me to rather be investing in a TradFi company who would rather be holding Bitcoin on my behalf. However, I hold my Bitcoin on cold storage. So if you have substantial amount of cryptocurrencies, it is highly recommendable that you take self-custody of that and store it safely and securely in cold storage, which is hardware wallets. Two popular ones that of hardware wallets are Trezor and Ledger. You might buy one or both of them, or in fact others also. It is also advisable to distribute your cryptocurrency investments in different wallets for purpose of safety. For those who do not have a very large amount of cryptocurrency holding, you might want to store it in hot wallets but disconnect it from the internet. That's a little more technical thing. I would not be discussing much about that. For others who do not have significant amount of investment, or who rather want to draw comfort of regulatory guarantees that come along with investments through traditional financial companies, while you may continue to hold your GBTCs with your ETFs. I have taken some profit, as I said, and locked part of that and locked the balance amount in Bitcoin. If you continue to hold your ETFs GBTC, the fact is now it is being covered by SEC. An investment of around up to 250,000 US dollars would be guaranteed by SEC. However, this is again not financial advice. You should please look at the terms and conditions and read through the terms that might apply to your jurisdictions respectively. For those who invested in the GBTC instead of investing in Bitcoin at that point of time, you can see that we had made a return of, okay, I'll start with GBTC first. If we had invested in on 20th of November and sold yesterday at the peak, like I did, I sold at the peak, you have made 50% return within 2 months. Congratulations on that trade. In fact, if you had invested in Bitcoin instead and carried that trade and sold again at the top yesterday, then you would have still made, would have actually made lesser amount compared to the strategy that we adopted. You would have made approximately 16 to 17% less by buying Bitcoin directly. So the trade that we took was definitely profitable. Another similar trade coming up shortly, but however that so stay tuned to the channel. Now a little bit of an update on the Bitcoin ETF. This was highly anticipated. Yesterday 10 new ETF applicants were granted approval by SEC. This is in addition, GBTC, which was an existing trust, was also converted in was had the approval of converting into ETF. In the video discussed earlier, we had discussed all this in greater details. However, the Bitcoin has fallen today and even yesterday. There is a reason for that. A lot of people were expecting huge amount of investment to flow into the ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs, which does not seem to have materialized. As per the data currently available, uh, approximately $2 billion of investment has flown into these assets, into these ETFs. Large part of this would have been redemption from GBTC and flow into these cheaper ETFs. This is much lesser than what people had expected. There was talks about BlackRock buying $2 billion worth of Bitcoin for its ETF. It doesn't seem to have materialized. However, having said that, as we had discussed in the video earlier, in the previous video, historically speaking, in terms of the gold ETF, it had resulted in massive bull run for gold, multi-year long bull run for gold. Similar thing can be expected for Bitcoin. Of course, a lot of there are various there are different asset classes. So again, nothing is for certainty. There are risks associated. However, having said that, my perception is that once large amount of money starts flowing into this ETF, there will be greater amount of stability in the crypto class, in Bitcoin in particular, which implies the amount of volatility that we see today, where Bitcoin swings massively, sometimes even 10% or more in a particular day, that might reduce. It might become a more stable and mature asset class, which could also temper, in my opinion, the amount of returns that we should be expecting from Bitcoin. However, there's one fantastic thing that these ETFs would do for Bitcoin. Bitcoin never had a marketing agency for itself. With these large financial institutions coming into fray, we can expect a lot of marketing in channels. It has already started in US, and this should bring in a lot of new investors into the space, which is great for adoption of Bitcoin, and hence it should take Bitcoin to much larger heights that we all envisage. I hope you find this video useful. As I discussed, I'll be posting tomorrow or shortly another strategy, similar strategy that I have, similar to the one that we executed in November. Stay tuned to the channel. I hope you find this video useful. If you did, like this video, subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. If you have any comments, do mention in the comment section here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. With that, take care. See you. Bye bye.